Cars 3. So Cars 3 is the third Cars movie no one was really asking for after Cars 2. Cars 3 stars the character Lightning McQueen, and not the tow truck Larry the Cable Guy character. That is an improvement over 2. Guess I should illustrate for people who don't know yet. I was gonna pass this right up. The Cars world is a world where cars are all alive. Like, there are no drivers in them. In fact, you never see human beings in cars at all. The machines have taken over. Cars now run the world. Lightning McQueen is a race car. He's on the top of his game. Then the new wave of young cars comes out. Then he gets beaten. He's in a slump. Now he needs to train to be fast again so he can find his mojo. That's one of the plots in Cars 3. If I told you that's all they had crammed in this movie, I'd be lying. That's one of the problems about Cars 3. There's so much packed into this movie, so much they want to do. But if you shave off 1 or 2 of the plot points, you can focus up some of the characters, focus up the movie, focus up the story, focus up the plot. I really believe there is a good movie somewhere hidden deep in this mess called Cars 3. The second half of this movie I liked a lot more than the first half. The first half I was like, why? The jokes weren't landing. Actually, for a large portion of this movie, I actually stepped back. I was like, the funny thing is this movie's not actually cracking jokes, and I find that interesting. Then I realized it's trying. They're just not landing, which makes it so much worse. There's this one dialogue scene between Lightning McQueen and his personal trainer, and I was like, that's actually a surprisingly good dialogue moment in this movie. And then later on down the line, it tries to continue what they started there, and at the point they do, it's just too late. This movie's pretty much the plot of 3 Rocky movies crammed into one. That's what I mean when I say there's just a lot in here that they need to shave off. If you want to take the plot of one of the Rocky movies, fine. If you want people to walk out of the movie and be like, ooh, it was like Rocky this and Rocky that mixed into one, that's also fine. 3? Too much. Too much for a Pixar kids movie anyway. I want to say this movie would be fun for kids because, you know, shiny things. But even the kids in the audience were talking. They were just jabbering on about nothing. And when you have kids in a kids movie talking about nonsense, when they're not talking about the movie at hand, I have to assume the movie's boring them too. Guys, in the end, it really sounds like I'm tearing this movie apart. I didn't hate it. Like I said, the second half of this movie, maybe the last third of this movie, was actually good enough for me to be like, I feel like the movie was directed by someone, then that someone got fired, then they had another director come in. 2 completely different movies that have been crammed into one. Maybe they were planning on a Cars 3 and a Cars 4, and they were like, that's never gonna happen. Here's Cars 3. In the end, I walked out of this movie just tired. I was yawning like, oh, that was over? Okay. And I will say I'm probably not gonna remember Cars 3 in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. All right, guys, so the Cars movies, have you seen any of them? What do you think about them? I personally haven't been a fan, but what about you? Are you like, yeah, I don't get why they keep making them? Or are you like, I don't get the problem. I enjoy them. Whatever your thoughts, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.